Okay, this is a Gibson, we think it's a GA20, I was told that, with a field coil speaker, a Jensen field coil. It works, believe it or not, which is nice. Very nice little amplifier. You can see here, we'll get it upload around later, but I'm going to put a 3-prong cord on it. I'm going to do it right here. And let's see, we got hard to set this up, but we're gonna do a 3-prong cord. I got my cord already put through the chassis. I'll probably either tie that on the inside or put some wire tie or something to keep it from popping through. Maybe wire tie on both sides. Anyway, we'll see, we got the old wires there from the old one, the two-pronger. And I'm gonna also change it to the current recommended way of wiring the mains, which is hot black wire to the fuse to the switch to the transformer, white wire right to the transformer. And I use a wire nut probably. Yeah, I mean, could tie it to something down here, but like a lug on a, yeah, I don't like doing that, but okay. Anyway, let's see if we can set this up so we can see what we're doing. Better yet, what we'll do is this. Here we go. Desolder here. Take out the old wires. Clean some ends off. Yeah, I'll probably wire tie it. Solder out of here. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I hope you can. It's not that difficult. There you go. That's hot wire. Hot wire to the fuse. Pull one wire off the other wire off the fuse, which is a transformer. And keep this thing clean. And so I pulled that off. That's going to go directly to this one. And I throw a little solder on these. We'll twist them all. Put a wire nut on. And we'll strap that down somewhere in the chassis. So what we need to do now is run a wire from the fuse to the switch. Clean that off. Let's get some wire. Let's just use this wire here. That stinks. Here's some good wire. And solder that in. Cut off this piece here. Give me a little slack so I can. So there you go. 3-prong cord is in, except for the ground. And I may ground it to this part here, which is recommend. I hate to drill into these chassis because they're vintage and all that stupid stuff, but what I'll probably do is put it down here on this lug here. So we'll get some of that solder off. I could give it the whole new lug, actually. Give it its own one. One of those. Let's do, yeah, we'll do one of these. Just a little screw here. Go. Take that out. And I might tighten that up as much as I can. Clean the wire. So anyway, here's the 3-prong cord again. This is what it looks like. I put the wire nut on that, on the transformer wire that we pulled off of the fuse cap holder. The fuse holder, I mean. And then we've added a wire from that spot to the switch. This puts it in line with the transformer. It comes in black to fuse, fuse to switch, switch to transformer, white right to the transformer. So what we'll just do is wire tie this in so it doesn't blob all over the place and cause any problems. So here we go. Let's do this. Let's just put a little tie. There we go. That should be good. Someone had already refurbished this one completely. You see all these new caps here. And all these electrolytics have been changed. I guess this one's old. I might just get that out of here because what's the point? It's really not recommended to have those in there. They're old paper caps, and they may seem like they're working. They might be, in fact, but they can go any moment. And hate to have something coming back for something as stupid as that, which costs about $1. So I'll change that out quickly. I don't bore you too much with this. Let's find out what it is. We'll clip it out, take a look at it. It's on the volume pot. There's only one pot on this amp, as you noticed. We'll just give that a little squirt too while we're in here. So this thing, how can we do this? This thing here, it's kind of hard to read some of these sometimes, but it looks like it's a point. I'm gonna look at it here. It's a 0.01 microfarads. So let's get a 0.01. Let's get a 0.01 in there. And 0.01. There's a modern one right here. And I'll just take this off. Wrong tool. Okay, here we go. And I'll suck the solder off of that lug. And I'll put, could use that little, actually we probably don't need it. We're just gonna go straight to that tube pin. It's a 12 SJ. I know it's kind of a noisy one too, but a lot of them are, unfortunately. But, you know, that's what these old amps had in them. Were built this way. They give them a different sound because they have them old tubes in it, the old style triodes and whatnot, and whatever that one is. I had to look it up because I can't remember. It's a pentode or a triode. Has an 6SN7 for the phase inverter. So let's just get a little SR up in there. I've been wearing a mask. I'm starting to. I gotta get nabbed. I had COVID for a couple of weeks just recently, and you know, I'm worried about what I'm breathing here these days. Get my glasses on here. Feed that through right there. A little solder. And there you go. So I'll go around and check all the resistors before we start this up, just to make sure everything's cool. It's nice to make sure they're in spec, so then we'll get the meter out. So we're going to go through the whole circuit here and make sure there's only a handful of parts here, so it's not a big deal. This is cathode bias. You can see there's a true ohm 200 wire round resistor. One of those big old guys, 5 watts probably. And it works, the measures right. Of course, they always do. Practically. This one is a 47K, and it's reading a little undervalue, which is okay. We'll leave that there. Here's 100K. Could be something for supply. It looks like it's off an electrolytic. It's 100K. There's another 100K off of this electrolytic here, but probably from the power supply. That's 95. So the resistors are looking good so far. This is on the tube, the power tube. This is a 470 ohm, we're thinking. It says 126. It might, we're not really sure about that one. Here's another 100K. That one's reading 118. I'll leave it in there. And then there's that one's a little off, but let's just see how it performs. I don't want to do too much on this because the guy's not complaining about it. He says it sounds good. And if anything's really out of whack, we'll change it for him. So far, they look pretty good. These got 100Ks on the input jacks. It's interesting. So I'm ready to fire it up. I'll check the bias and all that after we listen to it a little bit. And oh yeah, we're gonna get that wire tie in. I don't want to forget that. Oop, don't want to forget that. Let's get a wire tie. Yeah. So I'll wire tie on the inside here, so keep it from slipping. Alright, let's check it out. Power cord out. Here we go. We're gonna put it up. We're gonna start it up on a light bulb meter. Light bulb limiter. Duh. Just in case there's anything wrong. And there we go. So it's looking good. Limiter is not going bright or anything, so I can assume there's no short. We're gonna go turn this guy on. Here are the tubes. So here we go. Let's check this guy out. Check the bias and stuff. One of those tubes doesn't even look like it's firing actually. In fact, it isn't firing, so this thing will sound a little, well, yes it is. It's not getting hot though. The other one's getting really hot. We're gonna check that out. Turn it off, turn my limiter off. Let's put the probe on it. I just got a probe here. I usually just use the meter for this stuff. You know, we're doing bias checks and biasing amps. This is cathode bias, so we don't do a heck of a lot to them. It's just, you know, they're designed to just be biased off of that one resistor at 200 ohm that I showed you. I hope I showed you. We're gonna find out when I look at this video. This is my first repair video. I've never really do these, but I'm gonna try it for a while and see if it's any fun. It's gonna be hard to do. I have to pull his, probably have to pull his chassis out to do this. I'm not used to using these either. Like I said, I use a meter mostly, and I just clip to it. Clip to the third pin in the output transformer. But this has the output transformer is up inside, and it also has a field coil. So that's part. The field coils, you know, I don't know if you know, but it's part of the power supply, kind of like a choke. It acts like. So here's my new meter. I use bias masters, my 2-amp doctor. So far it's good. We'll wait till it blows up on me, because they do a lot. I'll bring the volume down. And something's going on here. I don't know what happened here. It's not firing. Oh, it's not on this one. That switch is a little weird. Okay, but maybe you spray a little bit, maybe it'll just... So we got 41 on the first one. We don't... It's 45 milliamps on the first, whichever one that is. I gotta figure out which one, how this works. Okay, this... How does that work? So this is 1... It's all the way over to the red one. No. So that would be this one then. And then this one would be 38. They're pretty close. They're pretty close. I mean, 45 and 38, that's about a difference of about, right, you can see like 8 milliamps or 7, or actually more like 7 or 6 point something milliamps. It's cathode bias, so it's a little hotter than a fixed bias is. So I'm going to leave them. They're nice old tubes, and I'm going to play it for a while and see how it goes, and probably make a judgment later on. But that's about it. That's a 3-prong cord insulation and that one cap. That's about all there was to it.